Hi, it's Carolyn Elephant of MyShingle.com and the AI Lawyer Teaching Programs. Today we're going to go through some of the basic features of Claude, of the free or pro or personal version. Just going to show you how to do some setup and just how to adjust the privacy settings to maximize the privacy that you have so you can feel safe using it for client information. So this is how the interface looks when you go to the site. And if you come down here, you're going to see settings, and most AI tools will have the settings bar. So what you want to do is you can click on that. And what it's going to do is open up a whole variety of information on settings. Now over here, you can put in personal preferences. I customize everything so much with skills and projects. I don't usually figure this out, but you could tell Claude to refer to you as Mr. Jones or to always ask you clarifying questions before it decides to proceed with a transaction. So that's just a tool that will allow you to do that. When you come over here to privacy, it's going to give the privacy option. So the one that is the most important one is also the one that is kind of the most well hidden, and that's the help improve Claude. That's basically a euphemism for training. You always want to make sure when you're using this feature, you want to have it off. So that's one way to protect your privacy issues. The other issue that comes up with confidentiality that we discussed before, that I've discussed in some of my papers, is memory. So it allows you to manage memory. The problem with memory isn't so much that you're going to breach confidentiality, but sometimes information from one client matter can leak over to another. So if you've been working on a brief for client Jones, and then you have a similar topic that you want to work on for client Matilda, it's possible that sometimes the AI might start filling in Jones' information, and you just have to check it closely. So sometimes you can have that leakage. Again, it's not really going to result in a waiver of privilege, but if you feel funny about cross-sharing client materials, you would want to take some action to address the memory issues. So there's a couple of ways that you can do that. First of all, if you're working with client information with different clients, you can set up different projects for them. And we'll show how to set up projects. Projects is over here. It's over here. You can set up different projects. So essentially you'd have a folder that is isolated from or cabined from your other different folders. So that's one way that you could keep the client confidentiality. Another thing that you can do is if you don't want to save memory, is when you go in to do a search or use it, now you can use the incognito mode. So when you use an incognito mode to undertake a transaction on Claude, it'll keep that information confidential and it won't save it. And so it won't remain or reside in your memory. Now, of course, the best solution to dealing with all these issues is just to upgrade and get a Teams or Enterprise account where you have maximized memory features, maximum privacy and memory features built in. But if you're not going to use that and you still want to use Claude for work-related matters, these are some of the protections. And of course, another protection is just to anonymize information and don't input clients' personal identifiable information or PII into the system. Now, in terms of functionality, Claude has the same functionality that you're very familiar with from most other AI tools. You can upload folders here. You can put in a prompt or a search. But in order to get kind of the maximum benefit of Claude, I really prefer using Cowork. And in order to get to Cowork, what you can do is you go to the Cowork download page. Oh, this is not the download page. Let's see where I have it. Over here. And you can download Claude to your desktop, and that will give you the chat, the Cowork, and the code feature all in one place. And we're going to spend most of this presentation dealing with showing you how to use Claude in Cowork. But I just wanted to give you an overview of some of those basic features of Claude to get it set up if you just decide to experiment with it before committing to Cowork. Hope you found this helpful. Follow along.